everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document and also category wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 8th of October 2021. Starting with very first question. Clean India program has been inaugurated from which state? So recently our Union Minister of Information and Broadcasting, who is also our Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Mr. Anurag Thakur, has launched a month-long Clean India program from Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology, Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. And the program has been launched as a part of Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav, and the aim is to create awareness, encourage people and make them involved in cleaning waste, especially the single-use plastic waste. And this campaign will continue till 31st of October. Fine. Now apart from it, I think last month we have seen that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had launched the second edition of government's free LPG connection scheme called as Ujjwala from Uttar Pradesh. So first version of this particular scheme was launched in the year 2016 and now Ujjwala 2 is the updated version of Ujjwala 1. And it will be marked by handing over of 1 crore additional LPG connections by Prime Minister through video conferencing at Mahoba district in Uttar Pradesh. Now apart from it, Chief Minister of UP, Mr. Yogi Adityanath, has launched a portal named as My Government, Meri Sarkar. So now through this, people of the state can give their feedback to the government and UP government can inform the audience about their schemes on the same portal. Fine. Then also last month we have seen that the former UP Chief Minister Kalyan Singh had passed away and he was also the former Governor of Rajasthan. Also the government of UP has adopted the sport wrestling and it is expected to invest nearly 170 crore rupees in infrastructure and support to the wrestlers till 2032 Olympics. Then from Uttar Pradesh, the Supertech Twin Tower case was in news these days. Why? Because recently Supreme Court has ordered to demolish these twin towers that had come up in violation in Noida. Also UP CM has called for inquiry and strict actions against the guilty officers who are responsible for illegal twin tower case. Okay. Question number 2. Hwasong 8, which was seen in the news recently, is a new hypersonic missile tested by which country? So recently North Korea has claimed that it successfully tested a new hypersonic missile called Hwasong 8. And this technology allows the missiles to be pre-fueled and then sent to the field. And days after the hypersonic missile, North Korea also said that it test-fired a new anti-aircraft missile. So this marks the country's 4th weapon test in under a month because North Korea also said that its weapons are needed for self-defense. Okay. Now few days back, South Korea has passed world's first law to force the tech giant companies such as Google and Apple to offer alternative payment system on their application stores. Then apart from it, recently Switzerland has legalized same-sex marriage and now it became the 30th country in the world to do so. So now it allows the same-sex couples to adopt unrelated children and for married lesbian couples to have children through sperm donation. Fine. Then a South Pacific Ocean nation, Vanuatu, was in news these days. Why? Because recently it has moved to the International Court of Justice to issue an opinion on the rights of present and future generations to be protected from the effects of climate change. Then apart from it, a European nation, San Marino, has recently voted to legalize abortion up to 12 weeks of pregnancy. Fine. Question number 3. Who took charge as the chief hydrographer to the government of India? So the Vice Admiral Adhir Arora has taken the charge as the chief hydrographer to the government of India, and he has succeeded the Vice Admiral Vinay Badwar. So earlier Adhir Arora was responsible for maritime boundaries aspects, including representing India in the Permanent Court of Arbitration during the arbitration with the Bangladesh, and also he was the co-chair for the Indo-Mauritius Hydrographic Cooperation meeting. Okay. Then apart from it, Mr. Trudeau has been elected as the Prime Minister of Canada for the third time recently. And Mr. Rajiv Bansal has been appointed as Aviation Secretary, and he has replaced Pradeep Singh Kharola. Then K. Raj Raman has been appointed as Secretary in Department of Telecommunication. Now earlier we have also seen that Vice Chief of Indian Air Force Shri V.R. Chaudhary has recently been appointed by Government of India as next Chief Marshal of the Air Force, and he has succeeded Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhadauria. Fine. And also Indian Navy has proposed to conduct sailing parade to commemorate Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav, and first such event would be conducted in Indian Naval Watermanship Training Center, Kochi. Fine. Question number 4. Sage and Sacred, which were seen in the news, are new portals associated with which segment of population? So the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment organized Vayo Naman program on the occasion of International Day of Older Persons, which is celebrated every year on 1st of October, and the aim is to spread awareness about the need for health facilities and social care for elder people. And the theme for this year was Digital Equity for All Ages. So on this day, Vice President Shri Venkaiah Naidu presented Vayo Shresht Samman 2021 to the senior citizens. Also, Vice President launched two portals. First is SAGE, which stands for Senior Care Aging Growth Engine, and Sacred stands for Senior Able Citizens for Re-employment in Dignity. So the SAGE portal, which has been designed by Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, aims to encourage entrepreneurs in the areas of elderly care, while the Sacred portal will connect the senior citizens with job providers in the private sector. Also do remember that World Elder Abuse Awareness Day is marked on 15th of June every year, and this year theme was Access to Justice. Also, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment has launched India's first Pan-India helpline for senior citizens named as Elder Line, for which the toll-free number is 14567. So this platform will now allow the senior citizens to connect and share their concerns, get information and guidance on problems that they face on a daily basis. And we celebrate World Senior Citizen Day on 21st of August. Can you tell me what was the theme for this day? Please write in the comments. So these days look similar, but they are marked and celebrated on different dates. Please do remember, okay? Question number 5. When is the National Voluntary Blood Donation Day observed? So this day is celebrated on 1st of October every year across the country, and it aims to raise awareness about the blood donation and also promote voluntary blood donation in the country. And the theme for this year was, it's actually a very beautiful theme, give blood and keep the world beating. So basically on this day, various public and private organizations hold blood donation camps and awareness activities, and collection of blood is done through 3,500 licensed blood banks across the country, because our country needs around 1.45 crore units of blood every year. Fine. Now apart from it, International Equal Pay Day is celebrated on 18th of September. Also on the same day, that is on 18th of September, we celebrate one more day, which is World Bamboo Day. Why? To spread awareness on protection and preservation of bamboo industry and bamboo plantations. And the theme for this day was #PlantBamboo. Then again on 18th of September, we celebrate one more day, that is World Water Monitoring Day. Why? To increase public participation and awareness regarding water resources and monitoring across the world. Okay, and the theme for this year was valuing water. Then apart from it, we celebrate International Day for Preservation of Ozone Layer on 16th of September. And the theme for this year was Montreal Protocol, keeping us, our food and vaccines cool. Okay. Question number 6. Who has been appointed as the first Director General of the Ordnance Directorate? So the senior IOFS officer E.R. Sheikh has assumed charge as the first Director General of the Ordnance Directorate. So as we know that Ordnance Factory Board has been dissolved now and converted into 7 new public sector units. So now all the assets, including the 41 factories and its employees of the Ordnance Factory Board, would be transferred to the new PSUs. Okay. So the Ordnance Directorate is a newly created entity to replace the Ordnance Factory Board. And talking about E.R. Sheikh, he is a 1984 batch Indian Ordnance Factory Service officer who has served in various capacities in various ordnance factories. And he is very much known for setting up a modern production line at Warangaon for manufacture of small arms and ammunition. Okay. Then apart from it, the All India Institute of Ayurveda, under the aegis of Union Ayush Ministry, has recently developed an immunity booster kit for children named as Bal Raksha Kit. And it can be consumed by children up to the age of 16 years. And this can be undertaken by the children till the time vaccine is available for the COVID-19 disease. So the ministry has planned that National Ayurveda Day, which is celebrated on 2nd of November, 10,000 Bal Raksha kits would be distributed free of cost. Okay. Apart from it, the President of Ecuador has recently declared a state of emergency in the prison system of the country. And the decision is followed by a prison massacre event in which more than 115 prison inmates are reported dead. So the state of emergency now gives power to the government to deploy police and soldiers inside prisons to bring violent situations under control. Okay. This is 115. Question number 7. Which international financial institution has approved a loan of $356.67 million for expansion of Chennai Metro Rail? So this is AIIB, means the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, headquartered lies in Beijing. So the bank has recently approved the financial assistance in the form of loan of amount $356.67 million to support the Chennai Metro Rail, and the financial assistance would be utilized for construction of Phase 2 development, which aims to provide an integrated connectivity between suburban rail, bus stations and the airport. Now talking about ADB, recently it has reduced its forecast for India's GDP growth to 10% in the year 2021 to 2022 from 11% it projected earlier. So obviously this projection has been reduced as the downside risks were dominating the economic outlook. Also, India has signed a 500 million USD loan agreement with ADB in order to expand metro rail network in Bengaluru. Then ADB has also granted a 150 million USD loan to the state of Tamil Nadu for a sustainable housing project for the urban poor. Okay. Question number 8. Which state has approved 1800 crore to repay the microfinance loan to 11 lakh borrowers of the state? So the cabinet of Assam has recently approved a sum of 1800 crore rupees towards repayment of microfinance loans taken by 11 lakh borrowers of the state. Also, in addition, the cabinet has approved a sum of 700 crore rupees as a relief package for employees of the defunct paper mills of the PSU, Hindustan Paper Corporation. Okay. Now, apart from it, can you tell me what percent of India's exports is contributed by MSMEs approximately? So India has more than 63 million MSMEs and they account for nearly 40% of the India's exports, which is about 6.11% of the country's manufacturing GDP. And MSMEs contribute to 24.63% of GDP from services sector. So recently the Union MSME Minister Narayan Rane has inaugurated the India Export Initiative and India Exports 2021 portal of the India SME Forum. Also, India has fixed its export target of 400 billion USD for this fiscal year. And the minister has also said that MSMEs would further take this target to $1 trillion by the year 2027. Now, Assam was also in news because recently Tai, Ahom and Matak communities of Assam were demanding for being accorded the scheduled tribe status in the state of Assam. So do remember the name of these tribes. Also, Assam government is set to rename Rajiv Gandhi National Park as Orang National Park. Fine. Question number 9. Which Indian company has undertaken the oil and gas exploratory drilling campaign in Bangladesh? So the ONGC Videsh Limited, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of ONGC, has commenced its first exploratory drilling campaign in Bangladesh to locate the availability of oil and gas. And the drilling of first exploratory well, named as Kanchan 1, commenced and is expected to be drilled to a depth of 4,200 meters, and the company has proposed to make 2 more exploratory drills in the country. Now, a few days back, the Banga Bandhu Bapu digital exhibition has recently been inaugurated for public view in Dhaka, Bangladesh. So the exhibition basically showcases the lives of the father of nation of Bangladesh, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and father of India, Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. Also do remember that the birth anniversary of Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay is observed as Antyodaya Divas in India. And recently the Indian High Commission located in Bangladesh has celebrated the 57th ITEC Day. What is ITEC? Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation Day. Fine. Coming to last question, India has recently signed terms of reference for the conduct of Navy-to-Navy talks with which country? So the Indian Navy has signed the joint guidance for the India-Australia Navy-to-Navy relationship. So due to this reason, India has signed terms of reference for the conduct of Navy-to-Navy talks with Australia, and the signing ceremony was held virtually between the Rear Admiral of the two navies. Fine. Also, a few days back, India and Australia held the first joint working group meeting on coal and mines through video conferencing. And the discussions focused on Indian coal resources, strategic minerals, demand and supply scenario, and engagements with Australia. Okay. Also, earlier Australia has said that it will support India's Gaganyaan mission by tracking it through Cocos Keeling Island. Now, apart from all these things, the Indian industrialist Shiv Nadar, who is the founder of HCL Technologies, and Mallika Srinivasan, who is the chairperson of TAFE, have been selected for 2021 Global Leadership Award by US-India Business Council. And the award is given annually since the year 2007, recognizing the top corporate executives of USA and India who have demonstrated high degree of leadership and played an important role to improve Indo-US partnership. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.